Hello and very welcome everyone to this session of the current affairs. Today we are going to learn the current affairs of 18th of January 2025. In today's session, we are going to discuss the things happened in India and all around the world. We will see the type of things that we need to learn, we need to note down, and that will help us in our upcoming exam. So without any delay, let's start our session. Before we start, the images used in our slide deck are for educational purpose only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathee@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the image. So first news is from the nation only, and let's read out at what it is all about. So cabinet has approved 11,440 crore revival package for debt-ridden RINL. So basically, RINL is Rashtriya Ispat Nigam Limited, and let's see that how particularly the cabinet is helping this particular public company in revival stage, and what is the bifurcation of this capital. So Union Cabinet has approved a rupees 11,440 crore package to revitalize Rashtriya Ispat Nigam Limited, also known as Vizag Steel. So basically earlier the name was Vizag Steel and currently it is known as Rashtriya Ispat Nigam Limited, a particular public company that is helpful in developing the steel industry of our country. The package includes rupees 10,300 crore as equity capital. That means the particular value of money that is required to be there in their storage, and a conversion of 1,140 crore of working capital loans into 7% non-cumulative preference share capital. So this is the bifurcation that 10,300 crore as equity capital and 11,140 crore of working capital loans to be into 7% non-cumulative preference share capital. So this is the bifurcation. This strategic intervention aims to address RINL's critical financial challenges and operational issues. So do remember that cabinet is working towards the revival of this company that is called Rashtriya Ispat Nigam Limited. And for that purpose, the package of revival is 11,440 crore. Another news coming from the banking and finance section. India's financial year 25 growth forecast cut to 6.5% by IMF. So the International Monetary Fund has revised India's economic growth forecast for financial year 25 to 6.5%, down from earlier projections. So in last sessions also, we read about that how FICCI and other important financial organizations like World Bank has also projected regarding the growth of GDP of India. And now IMF has also changed the forecast. They are saying that the growth of the GDP of India's economy is basically will be around 6.5% for the current financial year, that is financial year 25. Despite the downward revision, the IMF retained a stable growth outlook for financial year 26. So basically, IMF, that is International Monetary Fund, they are saying that we know that there is a downward revision that we are saying, but according to them, there will be stable growth for the financial year 26. Do remember that IMF is very important organization, and the statement that they are giving will be helping the investors all around the world when they are investing in India. The adjustment reflects challenges such as global economic uncertainties and domestic inflationary pressures. The IMF cited inflation, investment slowdown, and geopolitical risks as key factors affecting India's growth trajectory. So, do remember, according to IMF has revised the India's economic growth, and they are saying that for the current financial year, it would be somewhere around 6.5%. That is somewhere is equivalent to the what the RBI is also saying. So a kind of a downfall we can say from the earlier projections that were done, but stable economic growth will be there in financial year 26 according to I. RBI allows overseas banks to open INR account. So RBI, that is the highest regulatory body of banking in our country, has allows the overseas bank to open INR account. So let's read more about it. So the Reserve Bank of India has authorized overseas branches of authorized banks to open Indian rupee accounts for non-residents. This policy shift aims to bolster the global use of the Indian rupee in cross-border transactions and investments. So do remember that now RBI is opening the gates for the overseas branches of authorized banks to open Indian rupee accounts for non-residents so that they can have this opportunity to create their funds in the Indian rupees only. India's digital leap, NBM 2.0 and Sanchar Sathi app. Let's read more about it. So on January 17th, 2025, the Department of Telecommunications launched the National Broadband Mission (NBM 2.0) and a Sanchar Sathi mobile application. NBM 2.0 aims to connect the remaining 1.7 lakh villages across India, building on the success of NBM 1.0. The mission targets at least 60 out of every 100 rural households to have broadband connectivity with a minimum download speed of 100 Mbps. This initiative is expected to bridge the digital divide and promote inclusive growth. So do remember, Sanchar Sathi mobile application is basically a new type of application launched by the Department of Telecommunication. NBM 2.0 aims to connect the remaining 1.7 lakh villages. Means to say, basically, they want to connect all the remaining villages in our country with this broadband connection. And the mission target at least 60 out of 100 rural households to have broadband connectivity. And do remember what is the minimum download speed that they are targeting? That is 100 Mbps. That is the downloading speed. Okay. And this is the bridge expected to bridge the digital divide and promote inclusive growth. So do remember this is being done. Recently, we also read about the Department of Telecommunication. They are closely working with IIT Bombay also in developing the modular system so that by 2030 we will have a particular system where we can use and we can particularly evolve the 6G technology in our country. China launches Pakistan's satellite into space. So as we know that China and Pakistan are close allies, they work together on different type of things. Now China has launched the Pakistan satellite into the space. So let's read about that, what type of satellite they have launched. So on January 17, 2025, China successfully launched Pakistan's first indigenous electro-optical EO1 satellite, PRSC E01. The satellite was launched from the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center using a Long March 2D carrier rocket. It is designed to collect Earth observation data using electro-optical sensors and was deployed into its planned orbit at 12:07 p.m. Beijing. So here you can see this is a satellite. The satellite is first indigenous electro-optical satellite PRSCE01 launched from the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center. The rocket on which it was launched was Long March 2D carrier rocket. And the satellite is designed to collect the Earth observation data using electro-optical sensors. So basically, Earth observation satellite it is, and it will be using electro-optical sensors for that purpose. And is launched from Beijing, and according to the Beijing time, 12:07 p.m. Blue Origin launches New Glenn on maiden flight. So Blue Origin, first of all, is a aerospace venture of Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos is the same person who is the founder of Amazon also. So he has also another aerospace venture, that is Blue Origin, and that is not very new. It is very old, and a lot of work is going on regarding the Blue Origin. Blue Origin also offers space tourism, if you know. So that is another venture that they are working on. So Blue Origin launches New Glenn on maiden flight. So Blue Origin successfully launched its New Glenn rocket on its maiden test flight. The rocket, named after John Glenn, carried a prototype satellite into orbit. This launch marked a significant milestone for Blue Origin in competitive space exploration. So when we talk about space exploration, so basically this is not a thing now that is only in the hand of uh, government only. Now a lot of private sectors are also entering into this wing. I would say that the pioneer of this sector was basically Elon Musk when he started creating the particular thing and has created a company called SpaceX. India has also a lot of number of space agencies that are working. One of them is, if I can give you an example, is Bellatrix. That is one other space agency, private space agency working on different type of propulsion systems and satellite systems to be launched into the space. And now, do remember, Blue Origin is the venture of Jeff Bezos, and who is also the founder of first black-eyed pea sprouts in space by ISRO. So let's read more about it. That what it is all about. So the Indian Space Research Organization successfully germinated black-eyed pea, that is lobia. I hope you have ever um, took it as your protein or something, and that is a very famous dish in our country. That is lobia. So black-eyed pea, basically, it is known as aboard its compact research module for orbital plant studies. This breakthrough highlights the potential for cultivating sustainable food source for long-duration space missions. So basically, let me tell you it in brief. As we know that the ISRO is working on a lot of operations currently and new missions that would be launched in the upcoming years. Like first of all, if I tell you, Chandrayaan 4 is another mission India is working on, and apart from that, very important mission that will be the pioneer in sending astronauts into the space of India is basically the Gaganyaan mission that is on the line. If we talk about another such missions, so we are also working on space station to be launched by 2035. And apart from that, by 2040, we have another particular focus on sending the astronaut mission on moon. That will be the first lunar mission of our country. So, as we know that we have to send particular astronauts into space, into different type of missions. So we need to know that what kind of resources we can use as a food. So for that purpose, ISRO has conducted a particular experiment, and they have found out that ISRO successfully germinated the black-eyed pea. Basically, they have sent this particular black-eyed pea into the space, and they found that when they particularly want to sprout them into the space, they are successful in that. So there is a kind of thing that they are working, so that when we will be working on manned missions, so that this kind of things we already know, and we can put it so that the things can be done appropriately into the space. So do remember, first black-eyed pea sprouts in space, and it is done by ISRO. Recently, ISRO has also conducted a successful mission of docking in space. That is also relation with the further missions that we are working on. Like we are going to have our own space station. We will be working on different type of aspects. So we need to be technologically advanced and should be in competition with all the other organizations, because docking is a technology that some countries already have, and India has become the fourth country to have this type of technology. So India is working a lot on space exploration. Is zombie deer disease dangerous for humans? I hope you must have seen this kind of thing on social media, that a zombie deer was seen in America. Now we need to note down this thing, and we need to learn about this. So chronic wasting disease that is CWD, also known as zombie deer disease, is spreading among wildlife such as deer, moose, and elk. So it is quite seen in the recent times that if a deer has died, and even after death, some of the deers were found to be moving on their legs even after death, because a kind of a virus that is found in their brain are making them move, making their body move. Not and they are gone, they are particularly dead, but their body is moving. So that is it is all about. So zombie deer disease is basically known as chronic wasting disease and is spreading among the wildlife animals. If we talk about the concerns, so concerns have arisen about its potential transmission to humans. So now we are thinking basically that if this could be transferred to humans. So research is going on regarding that. So concerns have risen about its potential transmission to humans, especially hunters who consume meat from infected animals. This is the point. So basically, if you know about the poachers and hunters, so what they do is basically hunting is not a thing just to kill an animal. Basically, in America and some Western countries, it is a kind of a sport where the particular father and son, the dew will go into the jungle or into their farms, and they will particularly hunt some particular animals, like they will hunt the deer, they will hunt some other animals, and now after hunting, they will not leave that particular hunt at that place only. They will take that particular hunt into their home. They will particularly make it into a kind of a food that could be eaten. So basically, that is why the research is going on. That if some hunters are eating the affected virus animals, so if this particular disease can be transferred from the animals to the human. While recent cases of sporadic Creutzfeldt Jakob disease, that is CJD, in humans have raised alarm, evidence of CWD transmitting to humans is still inconclusive. So we have seen a disease that is basically CJD that is being transmitted into humans because of this eating of animals. Some type of diseases are being transferred that are appropriate, that are particularly found in animals, are transmitted to humans. Now we are working towards researching that if CWD can also be transferred, but right now we have no evidence regarding that, and it is still inconclusive. So zombies, you must have seen this kind of things in fictions, in movies, and in web series like The Walking Dead is most famous one. But the research is going on if this is possible in the real situation or not. So new Indo-Burmese pangolin species discovered by JSI scientists. So the Geological Survey of India has discovered a new species of Indo-Burmese pangolin, Manis indo-burmanica. Basically, last for the last 1 year, and we have seen a lot of times, a lot of new species have been found. Like if I give you an example, so in Western Himalayas, a snake was found that was named after Leonardo DiCaprio, the famous Hollywood actor. Apart from that, a slug was found in Odisha, which was named after Mrs. Draupadi Murmu, the President of India. Blue ant was discovered in Arunachal Pradesh. We discussed about that. Needlefish was discovered in Kerala. A new type of crocodile was discovered in Vietnam. I hope you remember. So, some type of discoveries were already done, and now you need to add one more point here that a new type of Indo-Burmese pangolin has been discovered by GSI, that is Geological Survey of India, and the name is given as Manis indo-burmanica. These species diverged from the Chinese pangolin approximately 3.4 million years ago. So basically, they have also seen some type of genes transmission and some type of genes that are associated with the Chinese pangolin. The discovery was made using advanced genetic tools to analyze mitochondrial genomes, revealing unique revolutionary characteristics. So here you can see it is the animal we are talking about. This is called the pangolin, and if we talk about this pangolin, so new type of Indo-Burmese pangolin has been discovered. The name is given as Manis indo-burmanica. Djokovic breaks Federer's record for Grand Slam match count. On January 17, 2025, Novak Djokovic broke Roger Federer record for the most Grand Slam matches played in tennis history. So Novak Djokovic, basically a tennis sensation, we all know, not sensation, I would say the master, and he has already broken the record of Roger Federer, who has already retired, for the most Grand Slam matches played in tennis history. Djokovic achieved his 430th Grand Slam match during the second round of the Australian Open. Australian Open is currently going. We have 4 Grand Slams in a year: Australian Open, French Open, Wimbledon Open, and US. He won a challenging match against Portuguese qualifier Jaime Faria, adding to his growing list of records. So here you can see he is Novak Djokovic, and he has broken the record of playing the maximum number of matches in Grand Slams, and he broke the record of Roger Federer. Lokpal of India commemorates first Foundation Day. So on 16 January 2025, the Lokpal of India celebrates its inaugural Foundation Day at the Manekshaw Center in New Delhi. This event marked 11th year since the establishment of the Lokpal on 16 January 2014 under the Lokpal and Lokayukt Act 2013. So Lokpal of India, I hope you remember that was a time around 2012, 2013 when a lot of movement were going on in India. The central authority was of Congress, and Anna Hazare was the person who took this thing into his hand and sat down on hunger strike that he wants Lokpal in our country. So currently, if we talk about Mr. Khanvilkar is the Lokpal of our country, and the first one was founded was put in 2019. That was Mr. PC. And do remember all these things regarding the Lokpal. And currently, this is the foundation day, that is the 16th January 2025. So it has been 11 years since the foundation of Lokpal in our. Legendary director David Lynch dies at 78. So if we talk about the legendary director Mr. David Lynch, so he has created a lot of things in terms of the genres of horror and related genres. So let's read more about him. So David Lynch, the acclaimed Hollywood director and writer, passed away at the age of 78. Lynch revolutionized the film industry with his distinct surreal style and exploration of the darker facets of human nature. His works, including the iconic TV series Twin Peaks, left an indelible mark on the horror and psychological thriller genres. Lynch's creative genius spanned 6 decades, earning him numerous accolades, including 4 Academy Awards nomination and a Palme d'Or. So basically, he was nominated for Academy Awards for 4 Academy Awards and a different type of accolades he attained, and particularly famous for this series that was Twin Peaks. So here you can see he was David Lynch, and he dies at the age of 78. Government launches app to boost battlefield tourism. On January 15, that is the Army Day, we all know, the government launched the Bharat Ranbhoomi Darshan app and website to coincide with Army Day celebration in Pune, Maharashtra. The app, developed by the Ministries of Defense, Tourism, and the Indian Army, allows civilians to visit key battlefield locations. It includes sites from the 1962, 1971, and 1999 wars, as well as significant conflict zones like Siachen Base Camp and Galban Valley. This initiative aims to transform border regions into tourist hubs and connect citizens with India's military history. So basically, Bharat Ranbhumi Darshan app, as the name already gives the reference, that this particular application will help us in going into these particular areas where the battles were fought in 1962, 1971, 1999, and also Siachen Base Camp and Galwan Valley areas. And through that thing, we will have the knowledge that what is the type of situation our soldiers fought in, and it will also give us a kind of a courage that is required, and it will be helpful, especially for the upcoming generation. So if they are going to visit these places, they will get the boost, they will get the things that how much honor it will take to fight these type of things, and what is the honor and salvation they achieved during this particular battle. So do remember, government has launched the app to boost battlefield tourism, and that is launched on 15 January 2025 in Pune. Justice Arun Mishra, new ombudsman of BCCI. So Justice Arun Mishra, a former Supreme Court judge, has been appointed as the Ombudsman and Ethics Officer of the BCCI, that is the Board of Control for Cricket in India. His extensive legal expertise and leadership experience make him well suited for ensuring ethical practices and addressing disputes within the BCCI. So do remember, Justice Arun Mishra, the former Supreme Court judge, has been appointed as the Ombudsman and Ethics Officer of the BCCI, that is the Board of Control for Cricket. And let's do some particular questions that we have learned so far on them, and let's try to remember the things that what we can learn from this particular session. So first question is, what is the total amount of the revival package approved by the Union Cabinet for Rashtriya Ispat Nigam Limited? Options are rupees 10,300 crore, rupees 11,440 crore, rupees 1,140 crore, rupees 12,580 crore. And the correct answer is answer B. The Union Cabinet has approved a 11,440 crore package to revitalize Rashtriya Ispat Nigam Limited. This package includes rupees 10,300 crore as equity capital and a conversion of 1,140 crore of working capital loan into 7% non-cumulative preference share capital. So do remember, the total fund that has been given approved is 11,440 crore, out of which equity capital is 10,300 crore and a conversion of 1,140 crore of working capital loans into 7% non-cumulative preference share. What is the revised economic growth forecast for India in financial year 25 according to the IMF? So options are 7.0%, 6.5%, 6.0%, or 5.5%. And the correct answer for this question will be answer B. The International Monetary Fund has revised India's economic growth forecast for financial year 25 to 6.5%, down from earlier projections. This adjustment reflects challenges such as global economic uncertainties and domestic inflationary pressures. So do remember that answer will be B. So IMF is particularly the organization that particularly provides funds for stabilizing the economy of any country that is on the verge of being destabilized, and the projection that is given by IMF will help a lot of investors all around the world who are thinking in investing in a lot of different type of sectors in India. What recent policy shift has the Reserve Bank of India implemented regarding overseas banks? Options are allowing overseas banks to issue Indian rupee loans to non-residents, authorizing overseas branches of authorized banks to open Indian rupee accounts for non-residents, permitting overseas banks to trade in Indian stock markets, enabling overseas banks to offer Indian rupee credit cards to non-residents. So if we talk about the answer of this question will be answer B. The Reserve Bank of India has authorized overseas branches of authorized banks to open Indian rupee accounts for non-residents. This policy shift aims to bolster the global use of the Indian rupee in cross-border transactions and investments. So answer for this question will be when did the Department of Telecommunications launch the National Broadband Mission 2.0 and the Sanchar Sathi mobile application? And the options are January 1st, 2025, January 17, 2025, February 1st, 2025, or February 17, 2020. So if we talk about this one, so answer will be answer B. So the Department of Telecommunications launched the National Broadband Mission 2.0 and the Sanchar Sathi mobile application on January 17, 2025. This initiative aims to connect the remaining 1.7 lakh villages across India and ensure that at least 60 out of every 100 rural households have broadband connectivity with a minimum download speed of 100 MB. The Department of Telecommunication basically is also working with IIT Bombay to create the environment or ecosystem of 6G technology in our country so that it could be implemented by 2030. When did China successfully launch Pakistan's first indigenous electro-optical EO1 satellite PRSC-E01? Options are January 17, 2024, January 17, 2025, February 17, 2025, 17th March 2025. And the answer for this question will be answer B. And China successfully launched Pakistan's first indigenous electro-optical satellite PRSC-E01 on January 17, 2025. The satellite was launched from the JEE-1 Satellite Launch Center using a Long March 2D carrier rocket. So do remember that China is helping Pakistan in sending the Earth observation satellite with the help of that would be done with the help of electro-optical satellite. And do remember this is Pakistan's first indigenous electro-optical satellite. What was the significant milestone achieved by Blue Origin with the launch of its New Glenn rocket? Options are launching the first human into space, successfully landing a reusable rocket, launching its New Glenn rocket on its maiden test flight, sending a rover to Mars. So if we talk about Blue Origin first of all, so Blue Origin is the company or the aerospace venture of Mr. Jeff Bezos, and now we are in the news with the launch of its New Glenn rocket. And the answer for this question is answer C. Blue Origin successfully launched its New Glenn rocket on its maiden test flight, marking a significant milestone for the company in competitive space exploration. The rocket carried a prototype satellite into orbit, demonstrating Blue Origin's capability in space launch technology. They are also famous for sending humans into space for space tourism, and now they are putting their mark into the sector of sending satellites into the orbit. And do remember, Blue Origin is the venture of Jeff Bezos, Another famous space agency, private space agency, is SpaceX, that is particularly controlled by Elon Musk. And this market is also creating in India as well. A lot of companies that you can find in the uh, IT hub, or you can say the Silicon Valley of India, that is Bengaluru, that are working in aerospace agencies as a private. Which organization successfully germinated black-eyed pea seeds in space? Important question this is. Options are NASA, ESA, that is European Space Agency, ISRO, or JAXA. JAXA is the space agency of Japan. So answer will be answer C. So the Indian Space Research Organization successfully germinated black-eyed pea, that is lobia seeds, aboard its compact research module for orbital plant studies, that is crop. This achievement demonstrates the potential for cultivating sustainable food sources for long-duration space missions. As I was saying earlier also, a lot of space missions are on the line that we are working on. And for that purpose, it is very necessary that we need to keep in mind that what are the things the astronauts and the people that would be on this mission would eat in space. So for that purpose, this mission was also conducted. ISRO also recently successfully conducted the docking technology in space, and India has become the fourth country to do so. Is zombie deer disease chronic wasting disease confirmed to be dangerous for humans? Options are yes, it has been confirmed to transmit to humans. No, there is no evidence of it transmitting to humans. The evidence of it transmitting to humans is still inconclusive. It only affects humans who consume meat from infected animals. So answer of this question will be C option. While there are concerns about the potential transmission of chronic wasting disease to humans, especially among hunters who consume meat from infected animals, the evidence of CWD transmitting to humans is still inconclusive. Recent cases of sporadic Creutzfeldt Jakob disease in humans have raised alarm, but a definitive link has not been established. So do remember the answer is C. What is the name of new species of Indo-Burmese pangolin discovered by the Geological Survey of India? Options are Manis burmanica, Manis indo-burmanica, Manis chinensis, Manis javanica. And the answer for this question will be B option. The Geological Survey of India has discovered a new species of Indo-Burmese pangolin named Manis indo-burmanica. This species diverged from the Chinese pangolin approximately 3.4 million years ago, and the discovery was made using advanced genetic tools to analyze mitochondrial genome. So do remember the answer is B option, and the name is Manis indo-burmanica because it is defined as the Indo-Burmese pangolin. On what date did Novak Djokovic break Roger Federer's record for the most Grand Slam matches played in tennis history? Options are January 15, 2025, January 17, 2025, January 20, 2025, January 25, 2025. And the answer will be answer B. Novak Djokovic broke Roger Federer's record for the most Grand Slam matches played in tennis history on January 17, 2025, during the second round of the Australian Open. So answer will be B. When did the Lokpal of India celebrate its first Foundation Day? Options are 16 January 2024, 16 January 2025, 16 January 2014, or 16 January 2013. And the answer will be answer B. The Lokpal of India celebrated its inaugural Foundation Day on January 16, 2025, marking 11 years since its establishment on 16 January 2014 under the Lokpal and Lokayukt Act 2013. Answer is B. Another question. What was David Lynch known for in the film industry? Options are his romantic comedies, his distinct surreal style and exploration of the darker facets of human nature, his action-packed blockbusters, his historical documentaries. And the answer for this question will be answer B. David Lynch was renowned for his distinct surreal style and exploration of the darker facets of human nature, which revolutionized the film industry. His works, including the iconic TV series Twin Peaks, significantly impacted the horror and psychological thriller genres. So, answer will be B. When was the Bharat Ranbhoomi Darshan app launched? Options are January 1st, 2025, January 15, 2025, February 15, 2025, March 1st, 2025. And the answer will be answer B. The Bharat Ranbhoomi Darshan app was launched by the government on 15 January 2025 to coincide with Army Day celebration in Pune, Maharashtra. And it will provide you a lot of guidance that at which place you can go and you can visit that were particularly where the army fought some wars like the 1962, 1971, and 1999 wars. Who has been appointed as the Ombudsman and Ethic Officer of the Board of Control for Cricket in India, that is BCCI, and options are Justice Ranjan Gogoi, Justice Arun Mishra, Justice Deepak Mishra, Justice Sharad Arvind Bobde. So, answer for this question will be B option. Justice Arun Mishra, a former Supreme Court judge, has been appointed as the Ombudsman and Ethics Officer of the Board of Control for Cricket in India, that is BCCI. His extensive legal expertise and leadership experience make him well suited for ensuring ethical practices and addressing disputes within the BCCI. So do remember, recently the secretary and the treasurer was also appointed, and now ombudsman is appointed for BCCI. That is Mr. Justice Arun Mishra. Answer is B. That's it in this session, guys. I hope you learned a lot of things with me in this session and gained great knowledge. And you have wrote down all the important things that are appropriate and that could be asked in the upcoming exam. I will meet you in the next session. And till the time we meet, bye bye. Take care, everyone, and see you soon.